Hi everyone. So in this video, we're going to create a view and we're going to use that view to connect to Power BI to start working on our dashboard. So if you look on the left hand side, you'll see there's the option for tables, which we've been using throughout this course. But we also have the option to see views. So a view is like a pre-saved query that you can run anytime. So if we open up a new script, we can create a view. But first we'll write our query. So the query I want to use for our dashboard will have the sales value and the cost of sales at a product and customer level to show the office, the country, just everything we can visualize in Power BI. So to do that, we'll just need to join all the tables together. So I'm going to save this query and load it onto the resources section of this lecture, in case you'd prefer to just run it yourself. But what I'll do is I'll bring everything back from the orders table. And so I'll just name this ORD. And what I'll do is I'll join order details. Or date, and we'll join that on, I've done this so many times now that we can remember. Order number equals order number, and then we'll also bring in the customers table. And we remember the orders table has the customer number. Oh, I just need to write inner join. Customer number equals cu dot customer number. And then we'll also bring in the products table. And we'll join that on order details dot product code equals products dot product code. And then let's bring in the employees and the offices so that we can show this. So if you remember, we can't bring in the office without bringing in the employees table. So we join that on our sales rep employee number from our customers table. And then finally, we'll bring in our offices. So it's the office code equals o.office code. Okay, so let's hope I didn't make any mistakes. Yep, they're all there. So now we have all our rows from each table all joined. So we have a few, we'll just order it by order number, and we have multiple rows here due to the product breakdown. But what we'll do, we'll just select which columns we want. So we'll bring in the order date. So it will be we'll use the order number so that we can count it if we want in Power BI. Let's get the product names. Let's get the customer name. Yeah, we want the customer country and the office country. So We'll just do what we did before and name that as the customer country. And o.country, so it's not C, it's CU. And we'll name that office country. And then we'll bring the buy price. So we have the buy price to work out the cost of sales, and then we can bring in the price that it was sold for as well. So for that we'll need the quantity ordered. Okay, let's just see how that looks. Okay, I've made a mistake. There's probably an ambiguous column. Customer name. Oh, I need CU. So yep, I think we'll also just bring in the product line. So we'll bring it after the product name. And then we'll do our calculation here in SQL by just adding in a comma. And what we want to do is because it's broken down at a product level, we can just do the quantity ordered multiplied by the price. And that's going to be sales value. And then we'll also do quantity ordered multiplied by the buy price. And that will be cost of sales. Okay, so if we run this, now we have each product line as well. And then if we go to the right hand side, we have the sales value and the cost of sales. Now again, because it's broken down by product, this won't be the value of the order. Unless we actually remove the product breakdown, then we can only have one row for order number and then sum our sales and our cost of sales. But we can do this in Power BI. So what I'll do with this output is I will create a view. So before our query, we can just add a little statement which says create. You can actually write create or replace view, which I commonly use. So if the view name already exists, we will replace it with this query. So let's call it sales data for Power BI. And then we can write as. And what this will do is it will save this query every time the view is run. So let's just run this. We won't get an output. I'll just hit execute. And we want to see an output with a green tick which says no rows affected, which means the view's been created okay. If there was an error in the query, it would show up in X and it will tell us what the error is. So now our view will be created. So if we just refresh our classic models schema, you can see now we have a view called sales data for Power BI. And you can see each column name. And what we can do is we can right click this, select rows, and now we can see our output. Okay, so now we have this view that we can connect directly to Power BI with. So in the next video, we will work with Power BI and connect to this view and get started on our dashboard. So I'll see you there.